going on, fellas? This video, I'm gonna try to make it short. There's a lot to say about it, but just gonna make a short video. We'll try to. It's about idol worship, and we know the world has its idols. It's mainly people. Nobody really worships statues and stuff like that. Not anymore. Now they worship people. Whether there's celebrities or NFL teams, there's they worship these they want to be them, they talk like them, they mimic them, they just want to be them. I'm not talking about the world though. I'm talking about Christians. Christians have their idols too. I fell victim to this as well. I used to follow this person. Well, I mean, it wasn't just one time. It was 2 times I fell for this. One of them was like, they're men of God, but they're fallen people. Both these guys. Now they're both still serving the Lord, but they're fallen people. And for me, it was one of them was a church leader, and like at first, he could do no wrong, even when he was doing wrong. It wasn't just me; it was like a group of us, and we were like the inner circle or whatever, and we would kind of what the media is doing, we'll be like an echo chamber, either he will tell us, well, I do this because of this, and we would all mimic each other. So whenever people said something, and we knew he was doing wrong, but our love for him was greater than that, than his faults, and if he wrong people, it made people cry, which he did. It was like, well, you deserved it, you're living in sin, stuff like that. So it's that type of loyalty. I mean, it wasn't just him. I've been in churches where these people, they're like, oh man, pastor, he's the closest man to God. He's this, he's that. They put him on a pedestal, and what they don't know, and what this guy's not telling them is like, hey, no, don't follow me. I'm just sinner like you guys. No, these people, they use their position as a like leverage over you. They're like, hey, God put me over. I know more than you. God put me here for a reason, and God put you under me for a reason. So they use that as a way to control. Now, there's a difference between being corrected. There's a difference between being led and from being controlled. A person that wants to control you will manipulate you. I'll make another video on that, but just a heads up on people, Christians. It's just if you worship God through your pastor, you're that's an idol. You need to know the Holy Spirit personally. If you're like, I kid you not, there's some a pastor said that I lost brownie points, because I one thing about me is I can be taught, I can be led, I can be all this stuff, but what the Holy Spirit is showing me is the Holy Spirit never controlled me. If a person's using manipulation tactics to control you, God does not operate like that. So I fell victim to that, and it wasn't just me. It was like the inner circle, and just want to warn y'all on that. And it's not just pastors. It's there's some good pastors, but there's also some people that just if you worship God through your pastor, that's an idol. That you need to worship God personally. That vertical relationship. Then you can love others. That's what church is for fellow believers, not to be controlled by a person. Another thing, Christian YouTubers, there's this one guy, Isaiah Saldivar. I mentioned him on my second video. He was made famous by casting out demons because these churches, most churches don't do that, especially Baptists. They don't do that. But most churches, American churches don't do that. They try their best to preach the Bible, but they simply don't do that. Anyways, I looked up to this guy because at first I didn't like him, and then when he casted demons out of me, I was like, wow, this guy's a man of God. This guy's a man of God. But then as time went by, like people will make videos, and some meant well, most hated on them because they're just not Christians, or that they're like this religious crowd that said, hey, a Christian can have a demon. They hate him. I was one of them. I hated Isaiah Saldivar. But now, I love him, but I love him to the point where he was almost like my and he was kind of like my idol. Like, I was like, wow, this guy's a man of God. I want to be just like him. I want to be that's good, but you gotta be Christ-like because Jesus did that. You don't follow a person because I see Jesus in this person, therefore I want to be like this person. A lot of people fall for that, and just like their pastor is like, pastor's the closest guy to God, and I want to be just like pastor. I just want to be like pastor. Be careful, you're making an idol. This pastor, if he's not saying, hey, don't follow me, or if he's saying, follow me, and together we'll follow God. You just gotta listen to what I say. Don't do that. You listen to God. You listen to the Holy Spirit. I'm not saying don't listen to your pastor. I'm saying if a pastor's saying, hey, you need me, you can worship God through me because I'm your pastor. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's a lot of people that do that. So going on to this the Christian YouTuber Isaiah, he what kind of like made me think like, wow, okay, this guy's a man of God, but he's just a man. Is he's been making videos where like there's a couple of them, but he'll put like misleading titles. He'll put like I'm dying. And then I was like, oh wow, he's dying. So I click on it and goes, no, I'm dying because of this. I'm dying because of but he's not dying. He just said, like, I'm dying to myself so I can follow God. But in the headline, it says, I'm dying. So it's kind of like he's just doing it for clicks. He's just doing it for clout. He's just doing it for attention. And another one he did was, he did like a live stream. And he said, I'm leaving my faith. It was, wow, okay, wow. And you click on it and he goes, no, I'm leaving religion, but I'm following Jesus. You see how they, people do, they just for attention, just like, so it's just something that, kind of made me think like, okay, this brother needs prayer just like I do. He's no better than me. God has used him, but he falls short just like I do. And it's recorded. So it's same thing with y'all's church leaders, man. Don't follow your church leaders, man. Follow God. That's the best advice I can give you. Now, listen to your pastors. Listen. They're there for a reason, but don't blindly follow. If they're trying to control you, if they're saying, if they use manipulation tactics, if they mess with your emotions, they mess with, they're like, oh well, you need to be giving more money, just like they try to control you in that area. Be like, oh, you want to teach over here? Well, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do these, you want this this good thing. Well, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, and it becomes, it's not really a blessing. It's more like, you just gotta, you're being controlled. Jesus said, follow him, and that's what we should do. We should follow God. If a person says, follow God, but through me, they're not going to say that, but look how the church reacts. If the church is more loyal to their pastor than they are to God, stay away. So just want to give you a heads up. All right. Thank you.